Ms. Legalista here. Thank you for joining the video. We're back to talk about the Houston escrow company with the owner who seems to have maybe disappeared. Nobody can get in touch with her. She hasn't shown up for court. But this is part 2 in this series that I'm working on. And let's get an update. This is from a while back. And then I'm going to do another one that tells us, I think there is going to be an injunction in place and the money is going to be frozen. But let's see what was actually going on with the owner of this company.
The dollars vanished from a Houston-based surrogacy escrow company. Tonight, there may be some hope for those who lost tens of thousands of dollars.
A judge has ordered all assets frozen until the trial is over, meaning that some of that money may still be able to be recovered for people dreaming of becoming parents. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry live in the newsroom tonight with the latest developments in this case. Bryce.
Andy and Keith, deposits made by intended parents for their surrogates got fraudulently diverted to other accounts that allegedly funded owner Dominique Side's luxurious lifestyle and music career. That's according to a forensic analysis of banking records. So far, more than $10 million have been traced. There are still more bank accounts to go through, but Side did not show up for today's hearing as a federal investigation continues.
I tell people all the time, I'm a serial entrepreneur.
In this interview 8 months ago, Dominique Side represented herself as a businesswoman.
I don't wake up in the morning and do anything that I'm not passionate about, ever.
But that video on YouTube came in the midst of an alleged scheme, the accusation that her Houston-based company, Surrogacy Escrow Account Management, or SEAM, funneled more than $10 million meant to pay surrogates, instead to herself, her other businesses, and business partners.
I've never seen something as just depraved and evil as what's happened in this case.
Marianne Roback represents 24 families from around the world, including France and Italy, who deposited tens of thousands into a SEAM escrow account before a sudden shutdown last month.
It's super emotional, yeah, because we don't know how we can move forward to have our own child at this point.
It's incredibly evil. It's despicable. It's disgusting.
Those are just 2 intended parents we've talked to who say their surrogates stopped getting paid. More than $6 million that belonged to families allegedly financed Side's music studio in this Spring Branch area complex.
That's mine. That's mine.
Millions more allegedly bankrolled her music career as Dom.
And I produce music.
Music studio co-owner Anthony Hall, the only defendant to show up, testified she stepped down and transferred the business to him after telling him about problems at SEAM.
She told me that there was some issues with some of the funds. And for me, doing the right thing was making sure that she owned and was accountable.
He's a business partner, allegedly.
Okay, let me stop right there. And I'll probably have to backtrack. I didn't do a good job of stopping that. But here's the thing, okay? Why in the world would you agree to take all of this on after she's telling you she already has issues with one company? She's saying, hey, I'm having some bank issues with SEAM. I'm going to turn this over to you and you can run this ship over here. Red flags should be going up, blinkers. I don't know. All this stuff should be going up. And it sounds like he was sort of saying there at the end, and we'll hear in just a second, that maybe he was trying to make things right. And it seems like maybe he didn't know what was going on. Maybe he's only on the music side, only on the music business side, and had nothing to do with SEAM. But if funds were diverted from SEAM that belonged to other people that she was holding in escrow for them, then that's going to be a problem for him. Why step up? Why step up? It's going to be interesting to hear his take on this whole thing as this case continues to move forward. I just don't know that I would ever advise a client to do that. You want to do everything you can to do everything right that you're supposed to do right. And whatever happens with that person that was doing wrong, let that fall on them. Don't take anything else on. Why put yourself in a position where now you have increased your liability for this?
That she owned and was accountable.
He's a business partner, allegedly wrongfully enriched by the escrow funds through property and direct transfers. Did you benefit from any of that money?
Absolutely not. Thank you.
but claims he's a victim too of someone he trusted and thought to be successful. And as you can see there, Hall did not have much to say to our cameras today, but he did tell the judge he didn't know where the money was coming from and that he'd help with this investigation. Attorneys say they're hoping for a speedy trial to recover some money for these alleged victims, but it is still not clear how soon that could happen.
It did not look like to me that he had an attorney there with him. You saw him speaking, not his attorney speaking on his behalf. Did he benefit from any of this? Well, that remains to be seen. They're saying that money that was in the trust, in the escrow account, got diverted to the music company of which he was a part owner. Of course, his position is likely going to be, as owner, yes, but I was also doing work and I was being paid for doing work and providing professional services. This is just going to be a mess for a while, I think. But again, one of the things I have a real concern about is the fact that he took on this increased liability. And the second thing is he appears to be unrepresented. Yes, it costs a lot to have an attorney represent you. But if the other side has an attorney, your best position to be in is to have an attorney representing you also. We'll see where this continues to go and how this continues to develop. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.